this happened after our Mario Party stream, which you can watch here. But, Mario Party 9 is not very good. So we talked about this for a long time.
You want to know something? I think that's way better than Mario Strikers.
I actually had way more fun playing that than the newest Mario Strikers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't have any fun playing that. This
Strikers
Mario Party 9.
The new Mario Strikers is not very good. I didn't like it.
No.
What do you mean? The new Mario Strikers is on GameCube online. What are you talking about?
Are you guys
the
excited?
new
Chibi
one.
Robo! Chibi Robo's back, baby!
You know, the amount of games on there that were specifically just, hey, aren't these like $1 million to buy secondhand? Like Path of Radiance, Chibi Robo.
They just picked all the
Pokemon.
expensive games. Yeah, Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness, and Colosseum. Those
Like
were the
the-
ones I was really like, really? They chose those ones. Can we get
Yeah.
Eternal Darkness? What's the chances of getting Eternal Darkness?
Guys, with the existence...
0% on the GameCube version. We got to get the M-rated GameCube version.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, with
Yeah.
the existence of the GameCube Online, there is now the possibility of Wii Online. Right? That's the next step, logically?
It's possible.
We
Now,
should-
what?
They're gonna add all the games. They're gonna add all the Mario Party games to it, aren't they? And we're gonna have to go back through NSO.
Oh my gosh!
No.
GameCube Mario Party's possible! GameCube Mario Party's possible!
Oh no!
Oh, you know what else is possible? Native Four Swords Adventures. Do you think they could do it? You think they could find a way?
I think
No.
they could definitely find a way.
But
Yeah,
it'd
you're
be
right. Nintendo
crazy.
probably will find a way to screw that one up.
But
No,
that would be
Godzilla
that would be
Destroy
in
All
line with
Monsters
Switch.
Melee. Dude, Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee is so freaking good, bro.
Yeah.
I freaking love that game.
That's what people are talking about when they say they want Melee on it.
Yeah, dude, I'm so into
definitely.
competitive Melee. I've really gotten into competitive Melee recently. Yeah, Godzilla, right? So,
Yeah, he's my name.
do you think
What would
they'll give
happen
us
if they do-
Melee on there? Or do you think they're just going to, that HD Melee is going to happen that they always keep talking about?
HD Melee isn't happening. It's
Did
not
they
a
ever-
thing.
Did they ever release Smash Bros for the 64? On
Besides, but what they need to do is put Melee on there simply because Sakurai is doing Air Ride. That means no Smash Bros for the foreseeable future. That was their way of saying no. That was their way of saying no Smash Bros without saying no Smash Bros.
Honestly,
Now, I hope I like this one.
when that trailer dropped, I was just assuming it was this. It's Kirby. Oh, it's clearly Smash Bros. Because Sakurai loves his Kirby.
Yeah, I was
what I
thinking
thought.
That's what everyone thought.
It's like they can't end the direct on Kirby, so it's that. And then
They
the Air Ride thing happened, and I was like, oh well, I guess that's what they're doing. And then the director Masahiro Sakurai thing.
That's all
Is
they
he gonna-
needed to say.
Yeah, that's all they needed to say. Yeah.
Does that mean they're gonna actually add any of the characters from the games he didn't work on, like Robobot and Forgotten Land or whatever? Or is he just gonna focus exclusively on his Kirby games?
He's pretty petty, so he'll probably just do his own.
Do his own thing.
That's what I mean. It didn't show any other characters in the thing. It was just Kirby 4 times. So.
Like-
Wait. Do you guys think this Kirby will have the same like UI design as Smash Ultimate, or do you think it's this Kirby game is gonna have the next Smash Bros UI?
Next Smash. This is gonna be the next Smash Bros. UI. Because Air
Oh.
Ride didn't that spoil Brawls?
Yeah.
It did. It did.
And then Kid
So this
Icarus
is gonna be
Uprising
a
did
glimpse
Smash
into the
4.
Future.
Yeah,
Or
and
more-
Kid Icarus Uprising was pretty much what Smash 4's was.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're gonna get the Kid Icarus Uprising port after this as well. With those mouse controls, it'll be perfect.
Kid Icarus
Oh,
Uprising with the
yeah.
mouse. Kid Icarus Uprising with the mouse. Injected in my veins, baby.
Yes, please.
Injected in my veins.
I want
I'm
all of
just
this
never-
right now.
I will never forgive Sakurai for alluding to the idea of a port of Kid Icarus Uprising.
Yeah,
Why
and
did
then
he
just
do that?
leaving. Yeah, he just
Like,
goes,
he did-
it would be cool if someone made that. Wink. And I'm like, buddy.
And then he's like, I'm gonna go make Kirby Air Riders now.
I mean, it's literally Sin and Punishment with an episode of Seinfeld going on the bottom screen. I mean, it's my favorite things.
Yeah, it's great.
out of experience. I keep seeing these posts on Twitter where people are just like showing the conversations from Kid Icarus Uprising out of context, and it's
They're all
great.
so good. They're all
are.
so good.
You
I
know-
love the one where he calls them Metroids, but then they're like, we legally can't call them that.
It's like people are going to get confused. They're going to start making lore theories about it, but it's not connected. It's not canon.
What do you guys
Oh.
think about
Bloodborne, but not Bloodborne. Oh, freaking love Bloodborne.
that was hilarious.
Yeah,
I couldn't
but-
believe it. That was the most surprised I've been at an announcement in years.
I was about to say I can't believe we got Bloodborne on Switch before we got it on PC, but no, we just didn't get it.
Yeah.
But this is the Demon Souls is to Dark Souls is what Bloodborne is to this one.
Dusk Bloods? The Dusk Bloods is a really bad name.
Kind of sounds like a sitcom about vampires.
It does.
It's what we do in the shadows for freaks.
Uh,
I don't know. I
And-
don't have much else to say. Mario Kart looks cool.
I will say,
Donkey
I
Donkey
thought
Kong is wearing pants and has like a little companion on his back. Close enough. Welcome back, Banjo-Kazooie. I saw those googly eyes on like a thing in the thing where like it shows the establishing shot. It's like it's got to be Banjo-Kazooie. It has to be, and then it was Donkey Kong. But you know, close enough. They gave him pants. If I just squint and look at the camera, maybe he looks blocky enough to be the nuts and bolts Banjo. We're good.
You know, I was I'm hyped but also disappointed that amiibos are coming back. That they're not
Yeah.
over yet. I thought
For
it was
those not-
done. I thought I was out of this game, and then they announced like 9 more.
Yeah. And cards? Why did Capcom go all in with the Street Fighter stuff?
I don't know.
And what
man.
about the Paralympics video game where you get to pretend that you're playing basketball? That was
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Is that our arms equivalent this time?
Oh, I hope.
Just no
people
just
were
no
people
legs?
were expecting legs,
No legs.
and they got wheels.
Or Fire Emblem? Dude, Fire Emblem with the mouse, though? Think of the possibilities. Think of the UI.
Where's our genealogy remake? It's been too long.
I wonder if someone's going to be able to take the mouse technology from the Joy-Con and then just make a normal mouse work with it.
That's what I
Oh,
want.
I'm sure one you
Because
can either plug a regular
I-
mouse into the Switch too.
I want a
or sync up
USB
your
mouse.
Joy-Con-
I'm looking
or
at that
sync
controller.
up your Joy-Con mouse to your computer.
I do not want to use a Joy-Con as a mouse. Just throwing that out there. Just give me a third-party something else.
You know what? I'm using my Joy-Con as a mouse right now, and it feels right. But I'm also sitting at a desk. I can't imagine like using that anywhere else.
At
Yeah.
the event
That
today,
feels
they
weird.
were
Like-
claiming you can do it on your lap. Like you can put it on your leg and use it on your thigh. That's what the people
That
at the
just sounds
treehouse
bad.
said. The guys at the treehouse said you can do it that way, and I'm like, I
I mean,
don't
sure you
know.
can if you want to handicap yourself.
I'm
That
just
sounds
gonna
like
have to have. I'm just gonna have
No.
to have a box with me all the time to put my little Joy-Con
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Wait, wait,
Don't you carry
Yeah,
one
we have all
already
those
for any time you
laptop
want to
tests.
play Let's Tap? I mean, don't you have your Let's Tap box available?
Yeah. It's just Let's Tap again. Everyone loves the Let's Tap box.
Think of the 2D dating minigame of the next Fire Emblem. Yeah. Oh no, they're gonna bring the touch thing back.
I'm currently playing through
Ooh.
Fates, and I kind of want to talk about the weird dating aspect that's only in the Japanese version of that game. Because they
Was it
couldn't
like a Pokemon Amiya aspect?
it was Pokemon
the
Amiibo
version?
with people, and they're like, maybe we shouldn't bring that to America.
That's a little too weird.
What, the petting mechanics?
Yeah.
There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with petting mechanics.
Petting people in
Yeah, there's
The
you just
mechanics?
invite
Sure. What you're petting?
the chat is right though. Weird dating sims are gonna have a field day with these mouse controls.
Oh,
Oh,
the amount of third-party stuff that is gonna go buck wild on the Switch.
This is the chance for Capcom to finally localize Tokimeki Memorial. They can do it. They can do it.
Oh man, there's going to be so much shovelware on the Switch 2 that's just been on Steam this whole time, and now it's going to find a home on the Switch 2.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
then
that's what
I
Nintendo wanted.
If there's one thing I want them to do, then make the Switch shop on the the eShop not terrible. I hate the Switch. I hate the Switch eShop. It's the worst
here's
thing of
the
all
thing.
time.
I don't even use it anymore. I just go on the website and I buy all my games on the website and they download to my Switch. And
Yeah.
I've just found it. Why even look at that thing? I just go on Nintendo's website and it's a million times better. That's
that's
where
true.
I'm at with the Nintendo Switch eShop.
Oh yeah, I want them to bring the good eShop back. Like the Wii U one, that was fine. The 3DS one, that was fine. I don't know what they did with this one. It just sucks, and I hate it. So fix that.
It's
Oh,
pretty bad.
oh, you know it, Chad. That thing, there's at least a new one every week. You go in there, it's always on sale. It's always got the same core naming scheme.
They have found a way to engineer a new Honey Pop every 5 minutes. A new Honey Pop game shows up on the Switch.
They have a very dedicated audience for them.
They must. Where's my Stretch Panic remake? I don't know. I think a lot of things looked cool. Some of those games I'm not gonna play. You know?
I mean, I think I heard somewhere that the upgrades for Switch 2 editions are like free if you have the online.
Plus expansion pack. You need the expansion pack for them to be
Did
free.
they ever
Oh, I've got
mention
those.
like how much the upgrades are without the expansion membership?
My
already?
guess
yeah,
would be
It couldn't be
Mike-
more than $20, but I'm expecting $10 or $20.
my guess is 10. The only reason 10 is because that's what Sony does. Because Sony, you have to pay $10 for the PS5 upgrades. But also Nintendo is charging $80 for Mario Kart, so who freaking knows now?
Yeah,
It might be 20.
yeah,
But yeah,
unfortunately.
it better be free if you have
Although,
the
They did
can't-
say that they are free if you have online plus expansion pack, which is the
Well-
dumbest thing I have to say every
I-
time.
It's something
is
something when
true.
it comes to the Switch 2 is I don't think I'm gonna get it for a while. There's not anything super hype. You know, like I do like the fact that there's a new Age of Hyrule Warriors game, but that's not enough to like sell me on getting the Switch 2.
Yeah, that's
I know, I can't-
I don't know. Mario Kart kind of got me by the balls, man. I don't know.
Open world Mario Kart is a choice. I mean, I was thinking the other day, like, if they're doing something with Mario Kart, it's got to be like wildly different because you can't compete with Mario Kart 8 because it's like that's the ultimate Mario
Yeah.
Kart.
There's
Yep,
so
and
much.
Welcome back, Burnout Paradise. That's what they've done.
Although I did see someone was speculating, like, what's the new Mario game going to be called? What's the spec? Because they thought the new 3D Mario would be announced. And like, what
Yeah.
subtitle did you think it'd have? And when I saw that, I was like, I don't know. Would the next Mario game be like subtitled Worlds? Because it's probably gonna embrace the whole open world, but like as a connected thing. So basically, they did that with Mario Kart, and I like okay. And I even got the subtitle right.
And they just decided, Nintendo EAD Tokyo just decided, we're going to do Donkey Kong instead.
Also,
Which,
clever of them
granted-
to remove the numbered naming scheme for Mario Kart, so people can still debate whether or not Mario Kart Tour counts. Like, imagine it's Mario Kart 10, and everyone's like, "What the heck? You had Mario Kart 9 this whole time?"
I mean, it is interesting because the original, the Mario Odyssey devs, Nintendo EAD 1, I believe, they made, their very first game was Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. They made Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, then they made Galaxy 2, blah, 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 all the way to Odyssey. So they're just back to Donkey Kong, and it looks like he does this a lot of the same things he did in Jungle Beat, and Jungle Beat's really cool. So can I get Jungle Beat on the Switch emulator? I don't know how they're gonna do that.
Oh,
They should sell me bongo drums.
They-
They should sell me bongos.
they gotta bring back Donkey
Oh.
Konga, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? They can go a step further. DDR Mario mix. Give it to me.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yes.
Going all the way back.
something I'm really interested in is if they're going to somehow implement the Game Boy GameCube link cable connectivity.
I would love it. I would love it.
If Nintendo did that,
that'd be cool.
I would be so happy. If they just
Well,
somehow
it happened,
implemented
but if
that.
Okay. The chat just brought up something interesting. Mario Kart Double Dash. All right, think about this. 8-player Mario Kart Double Dash.
Online.
Can they do it? It supports 8 players through the LAN cable, the broadband adapter.
Ooh.
Can
Ooh.
they do it? Can there finally be a good way to play Mario Kart Double Dash without owning 2 GameCubes, 2 copies of the game, and 2 LAN adapters that cost $100 each?
Only time will tell. It wasn't on the list of upcoming games, was it?
No, they hate us.
Yeah. But again, that was still just a list of here's all the really expensive games that scalpers are going to be upset that they can't sell for $200.
Do you think?
Yet no Wave Race Blue Storm, SMH.
Ooh,
Do you guys think that the Switch's online games will still be updated, or do you think there's going to be a point where it just only Switch 2 can play the new games they're adding to the service?
I think it'll be backwards compatible because I mean it's just emulators in a ROM, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure at a point.
Like the GameCube one is exclusive to Switch 2, so if they had like a Wii one, it'll be
It would be
2. But
Switch
if they're
2.
adding other games to Game Boy Advance or N64, I'm pretty sure they'll still be playable on the original.
See, the thing about Mario Party 7's 8-player mode is that it only requires 1 GameCube, while Mario Kart Double Dash requires at least 2 GameCubes, and up to 8 GameCubes if you're a crazy person.
That sounds like a thing to do.
Now, Phantasy Star Online 2, that's just head in the clouds. They're not going to do that. But it would be cool.
Well, that's what SRB2 is for, but that's for another time.
Trying to think of other stupid GameCube crap that existed. Do you think we get Dreamcast?
You know, I think we're gonna get
a Dreamcast-esque. Yeah, that's an idea.
I mean, we do have the
Is that how
Sega
we get-
Genesis, so like it's possible for them
And
to
Saturn
add something
doesn't
else.
exist according to Sega.
There's not a Sonic game on it. It's not real.
Talking about Sonic R, baby.
Let's go.
Like I
Sonic
said, not a
Jam!
Sonic game on it. Doesn't count.
Doesn't count if it's European.
Resident Evil 4. Oh, Resident Evil 4, the GameCube exclusive. People have been wanting to play Resident Evil 4, but it's stuck on the GameCube. It's got to be there.
It would be just another re-release of RE4, as if there's not other ways to play it.
Wait, there isn't. It's a GameCube exclusive. It says it on the box. Only for GameCube. That was 2 months. It was true.
It was only true for 2 months.
I thought it was like 7.
I think it was like 7 months.
It was
something
not
like
even.
that.
It was not even a year later. I know that much
That's
because they sold it on the GameCube. Realized the PlayStation 2 it just prints money, so they just ported it to that as soon as possible.
I do think we might get Bait and Kaidos. Just because Monolith Soft, I still think might own Bait and Kaidos somehow.
I
But
don't know.
is
Although
there a
I-
Skies of Arcadia on GameCube?
I know there's Tales of
maybe?
Symphonia. I think that would be
You know,
one.
this just means that they probably aren't
No
going
one-
to release Wind Waker HD on the Switch 2.
No, that game doesn't exist according to Nintendo.
Oh,
'Cause
They
they're just
hate
be
it.
like, oh, we're just going to drop it on the GameCube service. We don't have to drop it on the Switch 2 anymore.
you know what? I think it's funny. Sunshine is coming, and like for those who already own the 3D All Stars, they just can play Sunshine.
Yeah, it's not the 60 FPS version
Yeah.
or the HD one. You get it in booty GameCube emulation mode.
I mean, that reminds me that the N64 one has Mario 64, and the one on the emulator is better than the one that you get from the All-Stars package because it lets you do the backwards long jump.
Nintendo is the weirdest company ever made.
Why did they make that choice? Everyone who's going to play Mario 64
Because
gonna
it was
play it.
based on because they needed to update it, so they picked the most recent version of the game. And
It
the most
had
recent
rumbles.
version of the game was the one with the rumble support that they released in Japan. It's the same reason that the Wii U or like all the other emulated versions of Mario 64 in Japan use that version, because it's the most up-to-date version in that region. But when
Sorry.
they made a new version and put it in a new region, they based it off the most recent version and ruined everything.
So
I wasn't aware that Dr. Jack Bright was the realest guy of all time mentioning Mir B's Coliseum theme, because it is the best song in all of Pokemon. I'm gonna go on the record. It's the best song in
I mean,
Pokemon.
with
I don't know anything about
Coliseum,
Coliseum, but I do know that Coliseum's character, Mir B, is the best character.
when it comes to like
That's his legacy.
when it comes to
Ludicolo.
Coliseum and XD, do you think that will have a way to do like versus battles with other people?
I mean, the problem is that we need the other Pokemon games on the other emulator, and you need to be able to transfer them over.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that with the N64 one, so I don't see them doing it.
I
Are they going to
I
have
just
some kind of
wanted-
home functionality so you can send your Pokemon from there to the...
I just think it would be really neat if you could like. I mean, granted, if they made it so you could only fight like someone else's Coliseum team with your Coliseum team, I think that would be an interesting Pokemon metagame, because there's only like 48 playable
Pokemon?
48 Pokemon.
Yeah, something like that.
So like,
That's the 48 Pokes metagame.
I'm just wondering if they're gonna implement it so to where you could do that, where you could fight someone else's Coliseum teams. But I could also
Could
see
you do
Nintendo
it-
just not having it be an option.
Doesn't that
Yeah.
game have functionality with Pokemon Box?
Pokemon
Well, everything
Box
had that.
only works with Ruby and Sapphire, from what I remember.
Okay. For
Right,
some
they
reason, I
Yeah,
Yo,
expensive
guys, we
Pokemon
can get
game.
Pokemon Box.
Pokemon
Yo, we
TV.
need Pokemon Box.
Pokemon TV. I want to watch.
Oh, it's Pokemon
Pichu
Channel.
Rose
Thank you
with a
very much.
stupid- Yeah, that's what it is.
You know what they need to release for the 64 emulator?
No,
Hey,
don't say. I was gonna say, don't say "Hey, you Pikachu." It's not cool. It's not.
Because now the Switch 2 has a built-in mic.
yeah. Integrated voice chat, a gimmicky camera that uses a gimmicky camera to control games, the ability to do DS download play. Welcome back, 2006.
You know, they hit it, but on one of the support pages, it says that you can use pretty much any USB camera. Like, you don't have to use their proprietary one.
Oh, I would hope.
It just has to like fit a certain resolution, and it should just work, which
Wow.
is funny. That it has to be USB-C, I guess, unless you have an adapter. It should probably work. But I found that an interesting tidbit that any USB camera should work.
To
I think it was
answer,
Jirachi, and it was with a bonus disc from Coliseum.
so
to answer
let
your
me
question.
let me explain this, Dr. Jack Bright. So in America, there was a bonus disc where you could get Jirachi. In Japan, there was a bonus disc where you could get Celebi, but it was locked to which region. So in America, you can get Jirachi. In Japan, you can get Celebi, and that's like how you would get those guys.
And now they hang out Celebi like it's candy.
Yeah, they just hand out mythical Pokemon every Tuesday.
I remember when you had to earn. When you had to earn those mythical Pokemon.
I got Celebi for just buying a game within 3 months of the launch date.
I remember you guys remember, we had to go all the way down to New York. I was sure we lived nearby, but we had to spend an entire day in New York.
I had to spend all day in that line, and I didn't even get a Celebi because I didn't have Pokemon. I don't know why I was there.
Yeah, I spent all day in
The
line with
vibes.
my Pokemon Emerald copy, and I remember one specific thing. This was dumb, okay? But I remember one specific thing where I was in line and I was thinking, oh, they're gonna have to scan my game card in order to give me the game, in order to give me Celebi. But what if they and this was, like 7-year-old me's fear at the time. Was like, oh, they're going to scan my stats for the game. They're going to see how many times I've run away from a Pokemon battle. So I
And
need
they're
to
gonna
grind,
judge you.
and they're gonna judge me for it. So I remember in line, just like grinding, but just fighting random Pokemon. Just like, gotta get those numbers up. Gotta make the numbers.
My starter's not even level 100. God, they're gonna think less of me.
It wasn't.
I only use Swallow.
I think. I don't even think I'd beaten the Elite Four at that time because I think I used Celebi to beat the Elite Four.
I remember that. That's true. That is
I'm
true.
pretty sure the Wii U version of Zelda 1, because the Wii U has a microphone, I swear the Wii U version of Zelda 1 lets you use the mic functionality if you play the Japanese version. I think.
Imagine having they do a DS port where you can play DS games, but you need 2 Switches.
Yeah, Switch 1 and Switch 2.
Yeah, and just one's your DS screen.
Comes with the special online only item. It's just like a clamshell that connects 2 switches together. So you can do that one part of what is it, Phantom Hourglass?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the Japanese version, you don't even need the microphone because you can hit. I think if you hold down select, it just kills the Pole's voice anyway. Anyway,
But they just disabled that in the English version because there was never a microphone.
yeah, they did. And granted, the microphone on the Famicom, I think, is like never used.
I mean, it's used
What do
in
you mean, Takashi's Challenge?
yeah, Takashi's Challenge uses it for some
Takeshi's.
reason.
Takeshi's.
Yeah,
Okay,
Takeshi's.
so on the Switch Online version of Zelda 1, if you hit L and ZL at the same time, or R and ZR, it will initiate the Famicom microphone and you can kill the Pole's voice. So they have implemented it.
Wild.
And the Switch Online, if you have sign into a Japanese account, does have lets you play Famicom Disk System games. So you get saving better, and you get the extra sound chip, the extra sound channel. Kind of fun.
It reminds me about that. The one thing about the Switch 2, apparently it's going back to being region locked. Because it was more expensive.
So I've looked into this actually.
Okay,
So it's not region locked. However, the Japanese Switch, there's 2 versions of the Japanese Switch. There's the domestic Japanese Switch, which sells for cheaper than the rest of the world. That one can only be set to Japanese language and can only play Japanese games. However, in Japan, if you go to the Nintendo store in like, I think Kyoto, maybe they got one in like Shinjuku, but anyway, in Tokyo somewhere or Kyoto, if you go to the Nintendo store, they will sell an international Switch to you. That's all of them, but it will be priced the same it's priced in the US. And so only Japan gets a region locked console because it's cheaper in Japan than everywhere else. There you go. I really read into it.
Wow, some guy does his homework beforehand.
Did you hear what they're doing to stop pre-orders?
Oh yeah, you have to like have an active online subscription. You have to have played the game as well.
You have to have at least like 50 hours into a game.
Like 50 hours of gameplay time, an entire year, having it already an entire year on your Switch membership, on your online membership.
I think it was 2 years of continuous membership.
Yeah, I have all of that, so it's fine.
Yeah,
and you have to sign up for the Nintendo newsletter, I think is the last one.
I'm literally him.
And also
I don't know if I'm
also
signed up on the
for this
newsletter.
to-
It let me click the button. I don't know if does it let you click the button if you don't qualify? I don't know. But I clicked the button.
all I know is I'm holding off on buying the Switch 2. I'm gonna wait at least a year before committing to that price.
I'll be the double
maybe
boost
they'll do-
over with it.
Maybe they'll do
No one
the.
else does.
Well, I'm going in for it.
Okay, I'll be the one with it.
I think I'm going in with it.
No,
Alright.
you aren't. No, you are not.
I think everyone's
You
going
would've made-
in for it besides me.
Why can't he get it? I want to know your reasoning.
Because he's already gone in on enough stupid stuff.
Well, sometimes
You
you
bought a
gotta have it
PS5.
all.
Yeah, no, you bought the stupid PS5. And no, stop
I
spending
have
your
a-
money.
Okay,
I have the stupid PS5.
Pro.
Thank you very much. I think I have more than he does.
But I didn't buy the PS5 Pro.
See, I didn't get that
I
either.
just-
Earned the Switch
But
2.
you thought about it. You're thinking about it right now. Why even bring it up?
I mean, Monster Hunter did just come out. It's about to drop its update, so
That's something.
y'all should play Monster Hunter.
No.
Yeah.
Do you think Monster Hunter Rise will get a Switch upgrade?
They're not going to touch it because they're on the next game.
I guess
That's
you're
not how it
right.
works. It'd be nice, but yeah, no.
I'm just gonna
Definitely
go play
not.
the 3DS one. That's what I'm gonna go do. But not
Monster
really.
Hunter 4?
Monster
Or
Hunter 3.
Monster Hunter X blah 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 blah, whatever that last one on the 3DS was called.
Generations Ultimate, although they don't have Generations Ultimate. They only have the first generations on the 3DS. Ultimate went to the Switch, that's right. So if you're going to play any of them, play Generations Ultimate because it's the best one. It's not even close.
How about I played through Rise. I saw the end credits. That's all I really needed
Now's
to
the
do.
perfect time to buy some Warhammer minis. Do it. No, don't tempt him. He will. He doesn't even play that game.
Okay, I am staying far away from Warhammer because I know I will get sucked into it, and I will spend a shit ton of money on that game.
I've
And I am
only
staying
played the
hell
games.
away from Warhammer. I already spent enough money on Magic. I do not need. I do not need Warhammer in my life.
Yeah. Dude, there's a guy at my work. I've never spoken to him before, but during his lunch break, he paints Warhammer figurines. And I've wanted to
Whoa.
say something to him, but I'm just like, I should probably stay away from this guy.
You don't want to get involved, mate.
I was like, I don't want to get involved in this.
Have we been talking about the Switch and all this longer than we were playing Mario Party?
Almost.
We're
And I've had
approaching it.
more fun. And I've had more fun.
That's for sure.
Because everything's been going for about an hour and a half. So yeah.
That's an endorsement of Mario Party 9 for you.
I'm just trying to think if I have anything else to say about the Switch 2, really, that's that interesting. I mean, there's some things about it I'm kind of confused about. But, like, that's just
I love the
Nintendo.
fact that they even talked about the specs. Like, just they skipped 60 and went straight to 120 frames per second, 4K resolution. Like,
They-
it didn't feel like a Nintendo Direct at that point.
It
'cause they
was
started
kind
talking about specs.
Yeah, they don't do that often, even though the Nintendo 64 box tells you how much RAM is the console has on the box in big letters. I think that's funny. But yeah, Nintendo don't do that. So I was surprised. There's a few things that in their press release, like if you read the developer blog, that they didn't say like specific resolution supported and stuff. Because for example, it supports 1080p and 1440p at 120 hertz. But it doesn't support 4K at 120 hertz. It only does 4K 60. Which,
But yes,
granted, I don't think any game on the Switch is going to hit 4K 120. Granted, I don't know. There is a thing called low frame rate compensation that you get at playing games at lower frame rates in a 120 hertz container that might not work at 4K, but 1440p is pretty much what every freaking PlayStation 5 game runs at anyway. So it's probably
Mr. Dr. Jack Bright. I am super excited about the Final Fantasy cards coming out.
Oh yeah, dude, I bought those even. I bought those even. You know I had to support my girl Terra. Like Final Fantasy VI never gets talked about by Square Enix, even though it's the good one.
But yeah,
Although
that Jumbo
they're
Cactar
actually
looks
excited for
like-
Jumbo Cactar.
Jumbo Cactar.
To be excited. I
Jumbo
want to hit
Cactar.
10,000 damage.
What was that? What do you remember that combo I found that kills you? What was it like the target creature's like attack value draw the same amount of cards or something like that? So you play Cactar to get 9999 and then you draw.
You deck yourself, but yeah.
You can actually win that way. That's the new combo. That's what I need to do.
If you have Jace, yeah. That would be apps. That would be the best. That'd be the best way to win the game. 100%.
These are commander decks, right?
Yeah, I think so.
They're. Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Because I bought a commander
yes.
deck. That's what I bought.
Yes,
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, they are
But did-
commander decks. They also have They also have like a Not
Yeah,
a
they
joke
just
that
have
thing, but
they have booster packs. You can buy like a box of boosters, but I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I need to probably pick up some of those. I need to pre-order those because I haven't jumped on those yet.
Only played and finished the original Pixel Final Fantasies. I haven't finished a single numbered title.
That's crazy.
Surprisingly, yeah. I've only ever played spin-offs of Final Fantasy. Crystal Chronicles,
Yeah, now I will
Crisis
say-
4.
Now
Four
that you
is
mention
very
it,
good.
it's the same. I've played through like a bunch of the numbered ones, but I can never finish them. I'm looking at you, 10. Freaking hate that one.
Okay, 10 is ridiculous. 10 is way too long.
I guess
I think 10
Is it 10 in
drags.
2 parts? It's 10-1 and 10-2. That's just how much there is.
I guess I've played through Final Fantasy 15, but I don't know if I count Final Fantasy 15 because I played it before they like finished the game. You know,
And you then go back and finish it.
I never went back and finished it.
I
I
never
just remember
finished.
as soon as you unlock the flying car, you immediately and died.
Yeah, I immediately
Yeah.
crashed. It's on my X page where I just
It's what happens.
the very first time.
Final Fantasy V's the one I never finished. The job one. I just wasn't digging my jobs, man. Didn't really like that.
Wait, aren't
And then
they HD
I-
remake of Bravely Default and that happening?
Yeah.
That is happening. Shout out to Bravely Default. No one ever gives those games credit because they came out on weird consoles.
Yeah, the 3DS. The
Yeah,
JRPG machine, that thing. Why are there so many JRPGs on the Nintendo 3DS?
Like Persona Q
And Persona Q2.
and Stella Glow. Everyone loves Stella Glow.
Everyone definitely
Yeah.
knows what you're talking about when you say those words.
Yeah.
What's that princess one?
Do you have a little? Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?
No.
Code Princess. That's what it was.
That was.
They made a Code Princess sequel? Code Princess EX? Wait a minute. What?
Octopath Traveler. I should probably play that game at some point.
Just play the second one. That's the
They
one to
come out with two
play.
already.
Don't play Octopath Traveler 1. Just play the sequel. The sequel's... I didn't beat it, but it's very good of what I did play.
What about the other game with the working title that they never thought of a...
Project
Project
Triangle
Triangle.
Strategy?
That's the
Project
one.
Triangle Strategy? Yeah, that's a game.
That exists.
Um,
I can't wait for the sequel. Project Square Strategy.
do we get Codename Steam? HD Remaster?
I want to like
If
that
Intelligent
game
Systems could
so
live up to
much.
their name, perhaps.
I want to like it so much, but the combat it just doesn't work.
Yeah, isn't it like Valkyria Chronicles?
It's like grid based and like you get into a spot and then it's like an FPS where you have to like make your shots right. But the later on, you'll take your turn and then you'll wait half an hour for the enemy to move all of its units. Every single one will get moved. It doesn't just like hold off until you make it to a certain area. They just move every single unit and it takes forever.
And that's great for a handheld game.
Yeah. Looking at you,
Shout out
It is
Sonic
very
3D,
Valkyria Chronicles, though.
friggin' Sonic World, Lost World on 3DS. What were they thinking?
Sonic Lost World on 3DS really blows.
Why have we only gotten a Mario JRPG when the Legend of Zelda fits the aesthetic perfectly? That's a good question. We've
It's
gotten
called
multiple-
Zelda 2, buddy. It's called Zelda 2. It already exists.
Yeah, we've got 3 different Mario RPG series between RPG, Mario and Luigi, and Paper Mario.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that Paper Mario is still a JRPG.
I loved Origami King. I don't know what it was, but I loved it. I don't know what kind of game that is. I think it's more of a puzzle game, but
I kind of want to play through it again.
it's so good, dude.
That reminds me, I downloaded the Thousand Year Door remake, but I haven't actually played it yet.
Sounds
I was
about
hoping
right.
to see my boy at 60 FPS, but they didn't show him. And then the only reason we know Xenoblade is getting it is because it was on the website.
Wait, that reminds me. Did we mention the fact that Breath of the Wild can now be played with a GPS for some reason?
Yeah, I don't know.
And there's
what
like
that's all.
there's bonus content for using it too.
Yeah, there's like extra lore if you use the GPS.
The Wii U is back. It's just your cell phone now.
That's how it works.
If we're still talking about Zelda, the Zelda movie is still a thing. Live action, 2027.
By the way, did you guys read the blog? I think I'm the only one who read the tech blogs that Nintendo posted. But did any of you guys read about how download play actually works?
No.
Is this?
It's literally parsec. Like you remote into the person's Switch. Nothing is downloaded.
Whoa.
It's pretty much like a parsec protocol is how it works. So they said they said they're only going to support games that don't require a lot of movement, like Clubhouse games.
Amazing. Did you read anything about like the lending games? Like you can lend a game to someone?
I did. Do you want to hear how it works?
I would love to know the details.
All right. So on a Nintendo Switch, right? If you own multiple Nintendo Switches and you register them under your account, if you want to play a game in which you have downloaded, but because you can only have a primary Switch and a secondary Switch.
Yeah,
Same
I know
with the
that.
family plan. So if I had Breath of the Wild downloaded on 2 Switches, but I want to play it on my second Switch, the only way to play it is if I'm connected to the internet when I turn it on. It will not let me play it unless I'm connected to the internet on my second Switch. So what this does is this allows you to do an authentication check once with that Switch and then take it and have it for 2 weeks without having to re-authenticate again. That's pretty much all it is. And you can also share it with people who aren't your account.
Yeah,
so then you can...
Because if you're on that second Switch, only your account can play that game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they just made it a little nicer while explaining it in the most convoluted way possible that I had to read 4 articles about how it worked.
I mean, when they announced it, I was like, can't I already do all of this, basically?
That's what I thought. But yeah, so it pretty much makes it that you only have to do 1 internet authentication check instead of several, and also you can transfer it to people who aren't your account as long as they're in your family group. I don't know how the family group stuff works, but you can just give them to your friends and lend digital games, which I think is kind of neat.
Is it
Yeah.
okay? Is it friends or is it only people in the family?
It's family group, but your family group can be up to about 8 people.
Yeah.
How many people are in our family group?
Like I don't know, I should check it.
I don't think I'm in it. So maybe you should throw me in there.
I don't know, do you want to help chip in for the online?
Wow, I already pay for my own?
Well, you wouldn't have to if you're in a family group.
Okay, we'll talk about this a little later, but yeah, that might be nice because I've been paying flat out by myself for myself.
Oh, it'd be so nice.
$20 a year? Is that right?
It's $20 for the base thing. We're chilling out for the
40 a
big
year?
buck.
I think it's $45 a year, which is still cheaper than PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, I think it's 45.
PlayStation Plus Essentials is like freaking $60 a year, I think.
Rumored Oblivion remake into Skyrim.
Hey guys.
Yeah, they have rumored that they're making Oblivion in the Creation Engine. Granted,
And
people are going to
really-
remember that game kind of blows.
And Persona 4 remake.
Yep.
That has been announced yet. Where's that, Nintendo?
Persona 4 is the new Resident Evil 4. Something about 4s.
It's what people want. Forza Horizon.
Where's my 4 swords, guys? Come on.
That's what I'm saying.
But I think we've been talking about the Switch 2 longer than we've played Mario Party now. I think that's official.